Hello everyone, this is Chelsea from Those with Words. Welcome to the channel. Today I am actually back here in my original video recording setup at the office, and I haven't actually been back at this writing desk for quite some time now, so it feels a little bit odd recording here again, but I had some extra time today, so I wanted to come back in here and share an updated what's in my journaling tote. I just have my mini Trader Joe's tote right here. Trying my best to show you on camera. This is the one in yellow, and I've had this for quite some time, and I did make a what's in my bag video before with all my journaling supplies, and a couple of things have changed since then. I've added a couple things, changed a few things, not too much, but I did want to share with you my updated journaling tote setup today. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to start with what is inside first, and then I will actually get to these outer pockets afterwards. So the first thing in here is this Superior Labor pen case. This is the Cordovan pen case, and it has that lovely sort of like maroon color on the outside and brown on the inside. I purchased this as part of the Superior Labor sample sale last year. I did make a video about that as well, so I'll link that down below for your reference if you're interested. But the Cordovan leather is this really gorgeous smooth finish. And I do have some scratches here and there. I think one tiny one was from the sample sale because it's a sample product, but the rest I got on it myself just by carrying it around and such. But it was always going to scratch pretty easily anyway, so I don't really have any regrets about that. And then I love that the inside is actually this lovely brown leather and not necessarily the natural leather, which I also love from the Superior Labor, but this is such a nice change. I only have 2 TWSBI Ecos in here inked at the moment just for the ink capacity and convenience. So one is for my 5-year Hobonichi that I write in every day, and then this other one is for my creative notebook, which is new, and I will hopefully get into that in another video. So that is what is in here. And then on the right side, I just have some random pieces of MD cotton paper in case I bring this anywhere with me and I want to sample someone else's like fountain pen or inks or something like that at an event. To be honest, I haven't been to a meetup or an event in quite some time, but still it is here when I want it. So that is the first item in the journaling tote. The second item is this Hinemo wide open pouch, and I believe this is from the brand Lee Hit Lab. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And I just have this small pin from the Stationery Selection because that's where I got it from, is one of the Stationery Selection subscription boxes. And in here, oops, I opened it upside down, at least for me, the way I organize it. I have a bunch of gel pens in here. Not a whole lot of rhyme or reason. I just picked them out from the desk, and I just have a bunch of different ones in here from Uniball 1 gel pens, Zebra Sarasa vintage gel pen. I have the Uniball Signo DX gel pens, and that I think is most of what I have in all kinds of different colors. I actually have been enjoying gel pens a lot more recently just because of the convenience, and I do miss my fountain pens, but like I said, I only have 2 inked right now, so rest of my journaling is done with these gel pens. I really like how I can really open it up really wide, and it just sits at the desk really nicely, and it's very convenient to choose the colors like this. So I really like this as well. And that is the second item in my journaling tote. And then the third item, I have talked about this particular item quite a few times on this channel, but it's my Daiso corn pouch that I got from Japan. And this still has my Sailor Shikiori markers, so not much has changed there. I just have some individual colors that I like to use for headings and such. So I usually like to use this brush side for headings, and then this marker side for writing or just like random lettering. So it really works out, and I do really enjoy the colors that I have, most of which I purchase individually. And then I have this Sailor brush pen. So it also has a wider brush tip and a smaller brush tip. I actually like this side a lot. And then I also have a Muji brush pen, which I should use more often. I really like the effect that this brush tip gives. It's very soft. So I should probably use this one more, but that's probably why I put it in here actually, to try and use it more often. And this is just kind of like always with me at this point when I journal, and I use it a ton when I write down headings and such. So that is the number 3, or the third item I have in here. Next up is my trusty traveler's notebook. I just switched into this brown cover pretty recently. Was I in my olive traveler's notebook cover? I can't even remember anymore, but I did make a video about that previously, about changing into this brown traveler's notebook, and I have been enjoying it very much. This one, I particularly love how the inside cover is. I just stamped everything. I will probably write a blog post about this soon. It's either going to be slightly before or after this video. I'm actually not sure. Actually, no, it's going to be a blog post in May. So that's going to be coming up at some point. Just writing about the different traveler's notebooks that I have that are dear to me. I just have some washi and PET tape pieces here. My actual notebook that I am journaling in. This is the Nakameguro refill. This monthly, or yeah, actually it has both. Monthly, days of the week, random phrases here and there. This is from Oera Letterpress. I already cut out January through April. And then this random paper folder from a Kuru Kinki order that I made early this year, and a bunch of memo pads and such in the back. This is my memory keeping journal, and it's actually getting quite personal with lots of family photos and such, so I am not going to flip through it today, but I have been enjoying journaling this way quite a lot. For somebody who said anything traveler's notebook will be extra in 2025, I sure have been gravitating towards this a lot. So this is my second refill for 2025. So that is how I've been using this, and I just keep it tucked away right here, this little space right here, and it really works out in terms of the spacing that I have in this tote. And then this one I haven't actually used in quite some time, just because I honestly haven't really been taking notes that's worthy of a commonplace notebook. It's actually kind of deformed a little bit, the cover. It's shaped funny because I haven't used it, and it's just been in my journaling tote. But this is a bunch of stuff about, let's see here, just inspirational content, products that I really, really like the designs of. I do have, again, another video about this as well. And, you know, notes from books that I listened to or read. It's just all kinds of stuff in here. I do number each page individually because this is the Nanami Paper Cafe Note. It's just a grid notebook, and it doesn't really have anything else to it. I actually quite like it that way. And then this cover is by 1.61 Soft Goods, and this is in the natural leather. And in here in this pocket, I just have a couple of sticker sheets that I use to categorize my commonplace book notes. So I haven't picked this up in a little bit, but I hope to get back to it at some point. I do need a third inked pen that I can write in here with. I ended up cleaning out this one, the one that I was using, because it had been quite a while. So yeah, hasn't really been my go-to in recent months, just because I've been focusing on my own health and becoming a new parent. It's been pretty challenging to say the least, so I haven't really had the time to come back in here, but I do hope to come back here at some point. And the good thing is it's not dated or anything, so it will always be here for me. So that sits right here next to the traveler's notebook. So I kind of just find room in here like so. It's kind of like mini Tetris, if you will. And then next up is my trusty planner. This is the Plotter Bible size, and I just keep it tucked in this Plotter leather binder case with the pen I use and the Pentel sign pen that I use for highlights and things like that. I do have a plan with me video coming up, so I will share that when I am able to, but basically this is a week that I haven't touched yet, and on the left hand side I just keep track of my meals and movement, and then on the right hand side I have this running weekly or rolling weekly, and I just keep track of my to-dos here, and then I keep other health notes down here. So a lot of my effort this year has gone to just making sure that I am eating better, I am resting as much as possible with a newborn, and just other health issues have come up. So I'm just trying to manage as best as I can, and keeping this really simple in this way has been really helpful for me. And I just write in it. That's pretty much it. So that is my plotter, and this is my personal planner. And that gets tucked away as well. Hopefully you don't mind all the shuffling as I'm trying to show you how things all fit into this journaling tote. And then this right here is something I added recently. So this is a product from a brand called iMat. And this is from the brand Do Not Like Sunday. So it's a collaboration between like the company that makes these kinds of mats and then this Do Not Like Sunday brand that did the illustration on this side. I purchased this at the Creative Expo through personal shopping from Tokubetsu Memory, and this is just a cutting mat basically. So you can carry it with you and you can craft. So for example, if you want to cut a very specific piece of PET tape or washi tape, you can stick it on here and use like a knife to do it. Or another way I can think of using this, which actually has been helpful for me, is like something to even out a page of a notebook so you can stamp evenly. With things like wooden stamps and even plastic stamps, it can get pretty challenging if your notebook is not perfectly flat and the image doesn't come out very clearly. So you can use this and kind of tuck it under the page like a pencil board, and that can really be helpful. I also just really like this illustration. Do Not Like Sunday has a lot of these kinds of like dinosaur related illustrations, so I really like the color of it and everything. You can also fold this and this becomes more portable, like a traveler's notebook size, and I like that a lot too. Although I haven't been bringing this out or anything, I haven't been journaling outside much at all, but I do like to have this at the back of the journaling tote to have as like a nice, again, a tool for me to stamp on top of, or if I just want to keep washi tape or stickers somewhere very briefly, that is what I use this for. And I just really like how I can fold it like this. I mean, it doesn't stay folded very well because it's kind of new still, but I do like the flexibility of that. So I just keep it like this because it fits flat into the journaling tote, but that is something I just keep in the very back of the main compartment like this, and it just sits there, and it's pretty straightforward. One last thing that I do like to keep in the back, I'm kind of taking a look at my notes here, is this Midori A5 notebook, and this is my creative notebook. And I've been taking YouTube video notes and drafting my Substack posts all within here when I can. I've used a little bit of it now. It's actually more than I anticipated this year, considering what's going on in my life. But I really enjoy it. This is the Nomado Store Superior Labor collaboration cover. I think it's called the Writer's Organizer. Yeah, you can see the Nomado Store logo right there. And I really like this cover because it lets you be flexible with how thick your notebook is. So right now, because I'm just writing in it, it's at the last buckle. But when I had the Hobonichi Day Free in here a couple years ago, and it kept getting bigger and bigger because of all the ephemera and things like that inside, then I could, you know, put it at the second buckle, for example, and it gives you all this space to expand. I don't think they have this particular colorway anymore, but I do think they still have like natural brown and black. So I will leave a link to it down below. I purchased this with my own money, obviously, a long time ago, and I hadn't used an A5 notebook in a while, so I haven't really made use of it in a little bit. But for example, like right here, this is journaling tote update, and I just have a bunch of notes there, and then it sort of continues to the back, and then this is kind of what I'm thinking about for May in terms of the videos that I want to make and the posts I want to write. So that's been really helpful. It's been out to the left side because I am actually referencing the notes right now, but when I'm not doing that, I close it back up and then I kind of just squeeze it into the back of this tote. It like barely fits. I feel like I'm doing way too much to this poor $2.99 tote, but yeah, you can kind of see there that it fits like that. It's not perfect, and it sort of bends the cover a little bit, but I mean, it's flexible leather, so I'm not super worried about it. But that is how it looks. I just keep it in this orientation so that it just sits there. So that way my tote can stand and it doesn't really wobble or anything like that. But for the rest of the purpose of this video, let me take it back out so that I can actually reference the notes again for the front and back pockets of the tote. So I'm just gonna open it back up and try to go find the notes for that. And that is gonna go to the left right here. So now for the front pocket of the tote, I have a couple things here. I have the Let's Go on a Road Trip brass clip from Traveler's Company. I use this all the time to keep my Traveler's Notebook open. And then I also have this Hobonichi card case full of washi tape samples from my own collection as well as from my friends, just to make it easier for me to access washi tape on the go, so I don't have to come back and dig through my drawers for my washi tape. A really old Hobonichi pencil board to just keep under my hand as I'm writing on something, just in case if I have like lotion on my hands or if my hands are sweaty or something like that, I don't want to affect the paper. So I just have this. I've had this for forever. I mean, you can tell that it's really worn, so I don't really use this as a proper pencil board anymore, but just again as like an underlay when I'm writing. This is the Traveler's Company sticker release paper refill, and I recently filled it back up. So now there's a ton of stickers in here. Let me show you a little bit better. I went back and refilled with a bunch of different stickers and such. So just food related things, everyday things. Sometimes I have stuff that I haven't, you know, it's not going to be relevant for a while. Like I have these Halloween stickers on there. I've had them since last Halloween. Hopefully I will use them this year. So yeah, just a bunch of different things. Some convenience store food items. Lots of, you know, popcorn and movie watching kinds of stuff. Coffee things. And yeah, it's just a really nice way to go through my sticker collection without having to dig through a bunch of sticker folders. So I go through every once in a while and I put them in here. So that is all that is in the front pocket. So I stick my sticker release, my pencil board, Hobonichi card case, and then I clip the clip right there. So that works out really well. And then on the back pocket, I just keep some tools. So I have my scissors. Oops. These are my trusty scissors from Plus, and they are ergonomic. And I really like how both handles are the same size and they're made of this like softer material. So even when I'm fussy cutting something, it doesn't hurt my hands at all. So I have these scissors. And then I have Daiso double-sided tape, which I'm really running low on. I think I have a few more. I will have to dig and figure that out. But I use this double-sided tape all the time to attach all kinds of ephemera into my journals. Whatever type of packaging it is, if I use this double-sided tape, it will stick. So I really like it for that. I have a tape runner. This is the Kokuyo dot liner in the Knock edition. I really like the convenience of this, so I don't have to fiddle with an opening, and they sell refills for this too, which is very convenient. I have a glue stick that is not fully closed. This is the Kokuyo glue, and I think I got this gifted. I think it was a limited edition colorway, which I didn't even know Kokuyo glue had limited edition colors, but yeah, this is the blue kind. I think there are a couple different kinds, but I have it just in case I need to glue the edges down of a memo pad or something like that. So yeah, that is here, and that's it. Those are the items in the back of the tote. So there's no rhyme or reason to how I keep them. I just kind of shove them in here, and they all fit perfectly. So I really am using all areas of this small little tote. I feel like to its maximum capacity. So that is everything that is in here. I have thought about maybe using a different tote, like the Atelier Penelope tote, because I think it has a little more structure. What else? I also thought about the Clyde tote. It's the separate tool tote, and it looks so cute, and I love all the colors and everything. But for the time being and my current life, I do think that this, $2.99 Trader Joe's tote that I've had for quite a while now, I just move it around the house, right? Like, I don't really take it out with me anywhere, and it's stood the test of time, if only because all it contains is like my stationery stuff, and I just move it from room to room when I need it. And I just haven't found the need to buy another journaling tote. Maybe in the future, if I muster up the courage to actually go cafe journaling with our baby, and once I get a little more of a routine going there, maybe I can try it. But as of right now, I think this is realistic to keep it this way. So that is everything that is in my journaling tote. It's a little wobbly right now because I don't have my A5 notebook in here. So I'm going to close that up and put that back in to close out the video. I feel like this video was a lot more real-time chatty than my voiceovers, for example, but I don't have the most free time today, but I just have like a little bit of time, so I rushed in here and I wanted to make this video for you. So hopefully you found this enjoyable / interesting, and I hope to continue making videos. It's just a little bit rough right now with my schedule, and again, I am working on a couple of health related things, so I hope to be back on the mend and just feel gung-ho about videos again. But for the time being, I am creating when I can, so I appreciate your understanding. Once again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.